Joining us on the phone is Mrs. Haya Boodai, member of the Board of Directors of the Kuwait Economic Society. Hello.
Hello there.
Thank you for joining us, and I have a few questions for you today. The first one is, can you tell us about the developmental achievements during the reign of His Highness the late Emir?
Yes, sure. But before answering questions, first of all, I would like to express my heartfelt condolences to the people of Kuwait and the royal family of passing our beloved Emir, Sheikh Nawaf Ahmed al-Jaber al-Sabah. He was a real father figure and a wise statesman. May his soul, Ya Rab, rest in peace. Okay, back to your question, answering that question. Sheikh Nawaf, it is very important to give a snapshot on his history in order to go to the achievement and how on those achievements have been achieved. Because you have to look into his character and his history. In his career path, he has led the foundation of achievement through, honestly, a journey of grassroots level. He started and served as a governor of Hawali, that was back in 1962, at a young age of 25. And his career path took about 60 years. Those 60 years that he had climbed the hierarchy ladder, starting from a Minister of Interior in the 70s, and he was a Minister of Defense in the 1980s, and during the invasion period. Then after the invasion, he became the Minister of Labor and Social Affairs, then the Deputy Prime Minister, the Deputy of Kuwait National Guard, then being appointed as our Crown Prince in 2006. All of this exposure and those political positions that he gained have given him invaluable experience and insight on the critical government areas and how should it be managed. Those areas are very sensitive and the scale of sensitivity is extremely high. As well, now looking on an economic part, during the COVID pandemic period and along with the transition ruling period, this usually comes in a very critical period of time during any country that goes through it. And after the death of our beloved Emir Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed. This period, again, was critical and crucial. It needed so much experience, and it's a pure mix of both political and economical issues with many, unknown parameters as well many variables there on the table. He and his team managed it very well and ensuring the safety of well-being of both citizens and the residents of Kuwait. Supported the economy through many measures, such as, if you remember, the salary payment, full salary payments, loans and interest were deferred. They maintained the financial control of the country, managed the nation's wealth in a very good manner. Along the side that, if you remember, the oil prices were at or touched almost $50. Moving on the latest achievement, there was an achievement on an economic sphere, let's say. Recently, we have signed a memorandum of understanding, an MOU with China in September under the leadership of our current Emir, His Highness Sheikh Mishal Ahmed. It covered 7 aspects, and those 7 aspects are really important for Kuwait and taking Kuwait to the coming period from an economic perspective. The agreement covered the completion of Mubarak Al-Kabir port on both parameters, management parameter and the operation parameter. Renewable energy, which I'm sure everybody is aware of now, is a very important factor in the economic world. Low carbon, recycling, green system, water treatment stations, the economic free zone, development of the housing care, and this is very important for the Kuwaiti, and so many people in the parliament and the streets is really looking at this issue with a very focus on that. As well, during his era, Kuwait has committed to the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals and have embedded those Sustainable Development Goals within the Kuwait Vision and the 3035. I'm sorry if I took so much. I tried to squeeze all the points in a short period.
Then we have one more question for you.
Sure.
How did the role of women in society develop during his reign?
Sheikh Nawaf, Allah yarhamah, during his period have empowered women. Okay, we took our amendment and gained our rights back in 2006, but it never has been materialized as much as currently during the last three years. Okay, starting with those 3 years, we have so many women being appointed as ministers. We saw many women being appointed as deputy ministers. many women being appointed as senior officials in various ministries across all ministries of Kuwait. This have increased the rate of women participation. And as PASI numbers, if we take on 2002 numbers, leadership positions have been increased by 17% to women. And prior to that, those numbers were much, much lower. So it's true that we have took the right, but haven't been materialized until those 3 years. And this shows how much he wanted to empower women in position taking. If I can give you a few examples, such as starting with the Kuwait Central Bank, the vice president position is being served by a woman. Ministry of Finance, we have the deputy of minister is a woman. Ministry of Commerce, the same thing. We have women leading there. Kuwait Investment Authority, we have so many positions led by women. PIFS, Public Institute for Social Security, have been as well. So many positions have been managed by women. On the other scale, he encouraged and appointed women in the duty corps and diplomatic corps, and as well as military services. So we can see how much he was pushing for women and how much he believed in the women empowerment. And if we look back then in history, the Kuwaiti women started empowering from the leadership and her position in the house, because as we all know, the Kuwait, back then, and we're talking in the early 900s and 800s, men used to leave the house and the women used to hold the household within 6 months under her management. And he materialized that from the fences, and he moved it out of the fences.
Thank you for your very informative answers, Mrs. Haya Boodai, member of the Board of Directors of the Kuwait Economic Society.